Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Tuesday, June 26th. Well, two big stories going on nationwide right now in terms of the weather. Tropical Storm Debby continues to dump massive amounts of rainfall on the Gulf coastal region of the state of Florida, the western and northern part of Florida. The Panhandle region is just getting inundated with tropical rainfall. Some reports of over 20 inches of rain already over the last 24 to 36 hours or so. For any of you who've been down to the Phillies spring training site at Clearwater, this is the latest picture from yesterday morning at Bright House Field, just completely underwater here. This is because of the massive rainfall over the last couple of days. The field is completely inundated with rainfall, and there's definitely more heavy rain, showers and thunderstorms coming for the next couple of days as Tropical Storm Debby just continues to kind of meander around in the northeastern part of the Gulf. It'll eventually cross over the state of Florida to just off the southeast U.S. coast and continue on its northeastward track, although we'll have to watch it. It looks like it'll probably just continue to move away from the U.S. southeast coast, but we'll monitor that. But again, some tremendous rainfall amounts here in the state of Florida over the last couple of days. And the other tremendous story going on nationwide is the heat that is just extreme out in the middle part of the country from the Rockies to the Central Plains, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a couple of minutes. Denver, Colorado, for example, yesterday reached its all-time high temperature record of 105 degrees, set only twice before in 2005 and in 1878, and that's since records began being kept there since 1872. So quite an impressive heat wave going on right now over the Rockies and Central Plains, and that heat wave will expand to the deep south and the mid-Atlantic region by later this week and weekend. Well, getting back to Tropical Storm Debby, this is the latest GOES visible satellite loop from the Penn State EWAL site. And here, the center of circulation, again, just to the south and west of Florida Gulf coastal region, spinning around here. Not all that impressive. It's still just tropical storm status, maybe 50-mile-an-hour winds with slightly higher wind gusts. Probably will not reach hurricane status, but it's obvious you do not have to reach hurricane status to dump tremendous amounts of rainfall. And this is actually the early morning visible shot. Give it a few hours and all this will start to develop again into bands of showers and heavy thunderstorms and continue to reproduce the heavy rainfall for the past couple of days. Again, some areas have recorded up to 20 inches of rain in just the last couple of days, and many more inches can fall over the next couple of days. Later this week, it'll take a trek right across the state of Florida and head just off the southeast U.S. coast, continuing to move on a northeast track, although we'll watch that just in case to see if it takes a turn up the coast and possibly affect a place like the Outer Banks. Right now, it looks like it'll cross over the state by later this week. Still a very slow mover, and hence lots of additional rainfall is expected across much of the state of Florida. Well, here's the latest U.S. conventional surface map. Here's that tropical system, the circulation of it right here in the northeastern part of the Gulf. Meanwhile, just a tremendous air mass has moved into the mid-Atlantic region. Cool, clear blue skies, cold front all the way driving down, all the way down to the southeast U.S., and it'll be just spectacular weather here for the next 24 hours here in the mid-Atlantic region. However, out in the center part of the country and across the Rockies, a continuation of the triple-digit temperatures here. Again, yesterday reached 105 in Denver. They not only have wildfires now to the north of Denver, but now they're breaking out to the south of Denver in places like around Pikes Peak. And the wildfire conditions will continue there certainly over the next 24 to 48 hours or so, with extreme heat, low humidities, and only isolated thunderstorm activity. It's extremely hot all the way down in the state of Texas and up through Kansas and Nebraska. And later this week, this will expand day by day, first into the middle south and then into the middle Atlantic region by late in the week. And by the end of the week, it'll be extreme heat wave all the way from the center part of the nation into the mid-Atlantic region. D.C., for example, may take a run at 100 degrees come Friday and Saturday. Here's the latest radar loop down in the deep south associated with Tropical Storm Debby. Again, you can kind of see these bands just rotating around the circulation center right around here, the northeastern Gulf. And these will expand over the next few hours and develop into some intense bands and again continue to dump. It's not only Florida, but it's the southern part of Georgia as well. And slowly Debbie will track across the state, but it'll take a couple more days, so they got many more inches of rain to go through from Tropical Storm Debbie. Well, let's take a look at a couple of GFS, Global Forecast System, computer forecast maps. This is from last night's 0Z run for tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning. A couple things to point out. First of all, here is Tropical Storm Debbie now starting to take that turn to cross the northern part of Florida out to just off the southeast coast by the middle of the week, the latter part of the week. Another area that's really getting pounded with rainfall has been the state of Maine, and we have a kind of an unusual low pressure area. It's just spinning off of over Maine over the next couple of days. And they've had heavy rain over the last couple of days, and it'll continue over the next 24 to 48 hours or so. Meanwhile, this is the forecast map for tomorrow morning. Notice these red dashed lines here. These are thickness lines that kind of represent temperature lines, and they're increasing as time goes on in this fashion here. In other words, the heat wave that is now confined to this part of the country will be expanding over the next couple of days right to the mid-Atlantic coast by Friday. And here's a computer forecast map for Thursday morning. And again, these thickness lines continue to advect to the east here. In other words, the warm air is starting to flood into the eastern third of the country, and it'll be very hot here by Friday from the mid-Atlantic region all the way down throughout the south in this fashion here. And some of this could be record-breaking heat. Meanwhile, Debbie continues to very slowly push off to the north and east once it reaches the eastern side of the state of Florida. So that's it for now. A lot going on, especially in Colorado and Florida, and we'll continue to monitor those situations over the next couple of days for the SIweather.com. I'm the SI meteorologist, Paul Doherty.